Alright.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to King of the Hill. Season, what season are we on, David? Season 4?
Four.
Christ,
Season 4 already. It's been, I know, crazy.
Wow. And this is Blueslice going up against Thorn. Blueslice having just wrested the crown of King of the Hill off of Metamorphosis, who he then drafted onto his own team in a dramatic reversal and turnaround. So we are hugely excited by what will be happening here. And Thorn, I don't know too much about Thorn, so I'm kind of glad to have with me on the...
On Saturdays, I have to do this thing.
Hey, don't sound more enthusiastic, if you don't mind.
Sorry, hold on.
And I'm very glad to have Cone Wolf and Howloon, and maybe not so glad to have Davedy with me, but they're all here.
Well, no, we're glad to have Davedy. Davedy's not glad to be here.
Sorry, my wife was like, do other things in Dota? And I was like, who does that?
Other things in Dota? You're crazy. Yeah, I think I'm pissing off Sam a little bit as well. And along that vein, I'm going to have to keep the volume down a little bit. So, bans and picks. Guys, I would be very happy if somebody else wants to do the lead casting for this one, and I'm very happy to co-cast from the side.
Do you want me to grab that, Grubble?
Alright, so far Triarii has banned out the Brewmaster and the Void. Pretty solid bans. What do you think about those bans?
I would say that, not surprising from the meta, I would say that the PA is a little early.
Well,
and I don't know anyone on Triarii who plays this particularly strong PA.
Alright, so Blueslice totally takes the meta, crumples it up, and throws it out the window when he drafts. I like it. It's good. I think we need more people like that.
Alright, so we got Invoker and Disruptor coming out for Radiant, Vengeful coming out from Dire. I would not be surprised to see that be an Umarg Venge pick.
Umarg's a great Venge player.
I'm gonna guess this is an Invoker meta. Invoker mid played by Meta, most likely.
Meta, most likely, yeah, I agree. It could be Psionic Lord. It could
Blueslice. Blueslice isn't a big Invoker player, is he? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I could be wrong. Have you? Does anyone else remember differently?
There's a silencer.
I know Blueslice likes playing the mid. He is a captain, so it's his call. And I just have a memory. I'm pretty sure he can play Invoker. I mean, you're right.
I'm sure he can.
Meta's more known for it, maybe. I don't know.
I do not think this will be blue mid. Although, as someone who was just on Blue's team last game, anything's possible. Anything is possible.
Anything can happen.
Hey, you told me to go for the Shadow Blade.
Okay,
not exactly. Not exactly, but
sort of.
Alright, so I can almost guarantee that this isn't Thorn drafting. It's actually most likely Ray or Gimli telling him what to ban and pick.
You are technically allowed to draft people for your King of the Hill team so that they draft for you. Or to put it bluntly, advise your draft.
Yeah,
I drafted Davedy for that exact reason in previous seasons.
But I'm saying that he's not that experienced in this game. He thinks he's very experienced. He thinks he's a top tier player, but I haven't seen it.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Off the starboard bow.
Pew, pew, pew. No. Or that Lifestealer ban, I like it. That could work. Lifestealer really would have messed them up. I mean,
they are very magic heavy. I mean, Invoker and Disruptor. That is a very, very magic heavy lineup. And as you said, Blueslice plays out of the meta. So don't think what's a good ban. Think what would get in the way of Blueslice.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's a subtle.
Reserve time.
But Lifestealer, can we briefly talk about how the fact that he deserves to be back in the meta, for the record? Throwing that out?
No.
Go on. I'm going to have to AFK for 20 seconds. You guys talk about that.
Okay. Alright. Well, I think he's good. Why is he bad, Cone?
He's bad. Well, I mean, he's the best BKB in the game, but it kind of gets in the way because, like, I mean, he's all about stealing your life, and like he can't steal your life if he can't touch you, and most of the time he can't touch you.
Yeah, it's the kiting that's the problem. I feel like the problem is people don't go race car build on Lifestealer. I think it's really, really good. Yeah. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so we have Tidehunter banned out for the Dire. What's your response to that? Cone, what would you be looking for as the second Dire ban here? Oh, it's AA.
I think they should ban an Ancient Apparition. No.
I think Ancient Apparition is the most important hero in this meta. I don't think he's the strongest hero, but I do think he is the most influential on drafts. Whether he's banned or picked makes a huge difference. Because there's a lot of heals going around. Jug would be a good example of this. I like the Jug ban, because you don't want to draft Jug against AA, and so once they ban AA, you need to ban out Jug so they don't get it.
It's true. I like how Blueslice hasn't gone into any of his reserve time yet. I feel like that makes a statement.
Reserve time is for the terrified and the timid.
Yep, it's like, hey, I know what I want, I'm gonna beat you without even using up extra time. And the Omni Knight pick. They banned out the AAA, so like, why
I
not
cannot
pick the
agree
Omni
with
Knight?
this. And like, well, I don't know. Maybe they know they have the team. They have a plan to make it work. But Omni Knight Disruptor is a very weak support duo. And I like the axe. Once you see an Omni Knight pick come out, you gotta pressure that because that's gonna mean really weak laning. You gotta just go at him. Disruptor and Omni Knight cannot fuck with an axe. They're not strong enough.
I would look out for a Huskar pick on Triarius.
Is someone known for a Huskar pick?
No, but I've been going over secret strats with Ray. And there could be a Huskar pick. Not exactly sure.
I remember an axe Huskar mumbling at one point.
Greetings, friends.
Hello, Grumble.
Hi, Grumble.
Axe picked up for Radiant. I'm sorry, for Dire. And Omni Knight picked up for Radiant.
That axe has Blueslice in his
Cone
boots
is just
shaking.
He's are we actually hitting reserve time? We hit reserve time, guys.
We hit reserve time. Blueslice is scared.
He's scared.
Is he running scared? Scared in a fur for
So,
his
Grumble,
lurf.
what do you think here as a response? We're expecting a potential axe aggro try to try to take advantage of the fact that Omni Knight and Disruptor are going to bring a pretty weak laning support to that tri lane. What do you expect Kakapi to go with a hard carry that can maybe just deal with the fact that they suffer on an early farm and come back later? Or do you think they're going to try to pick a strong laning carry to try to combat the potential pressure?
I think that I'm still trying to work out who it is, but I think there's a strong laning carry that will let him go toe to toe against the tri lane with axe, and that's I think what you want to do ideally against an axe.
I think
there's really only one.
Yeah.
That's not who I was thinking.
That's not that one.
That's not Weaver versus axe is not
anyone
fun.
but Blueslice would have picked either a Veno or a Viper there.
I completely agree. Those are the two that you gotta pick.
Is not scared of it at all. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up Weaver, and Weaver's just gonna rip him up. That axe, he's going to be mincemeat by the time I'm through with him.
This is a terrible game for Weaver for so many reasons.
This is a really bad
it is.
thing. There's an
terrible.
instant cast stun from Vengeful. There's a global silence from Silencer, and then there's call from Axe. All three of which work excellently on the Weaver. I don't understand it myself.
Well, we just aren't at the same level as Blueslice is. You gotta remember that.
Blueslice is like
Magic
5
Missile
steps
instant
beyond the
cast?
meta.
I know it has a projectile speed, but is it instant cast?
Is what, sorry?
I feel
Magic Missile.
No, I don't.
Does it have a cast time?
Yes, I think it does.
I think Slardar's obviously a not shocking pick.
It's a good
Some
counter to the
reveal
Weaver.
versus the Weaver.
I think Cockapee's in trouble here.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they can try to solo him if they get a good match up top. Of course, this all assumes that they're going to aggro try, which they could not do.
Axe does well
like
against Weaver. It doesn't matter whether it's early, late, whatever. It's the function of cool as a lockdown. You know, it's not just haha, I get loads of counter helixes. It's effectively a stun, given that Axe gets 40 armor, and Weaver is terrible against that kind of thing.
He's gonna have enough damage that Axe will have to be afraid of that. If he gets Deso crit, 45 minutes into the game, that's gonna work less and less. Now they'll have lots of other things to deal with him. But
you're running into Vengeful Silence at Axe and Slardar, so he has to go Lincolns.
No, you're right.
He has to. He's not going to have Deso crit, even if that is the next 2 items he goes without going for a Keeler or something. He's not going to have that by like 30-40 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. Not until then will be a problem.
I'm going to disagree with you with the Lincolns. I think BKB's better.
Oh, I disagree. I mean, now I think you're right.
Again, because, like, if Silence or Silence, you save the BKB for Silence or Silence.
Yeah. And plus,
you dispel the silence with that.
Axe and Slardar, their stuns don't get affected by Lincolns. You're really only protecting yourself from Curse of the Silent, Magic Missile, Swap, Battle Hunger, Amplified Damage. I mean, that's a solid lineup. I will, as someone who plays a lot of, but a fair amount of Slardar and Bounty Hunter against Invis heroes, having a Lincolns really does make it harder because you're like, oh, who cares, whatever. There's like people sometimes make fun of Weavers when they time lapse out of like a track or an Amplified Damage, but a lot of times that's all you need, and you just time lapse and go about your business, and you can't do anything with it. So I don't know. I think it'll be a very interesting decision to see which one he goes.
He could go both.
Yeah. Then he's really gonna be weak on damage for a long time. But we'll see.
Or he could just ignore all of that and go for like a Maelstrom Heart.
So Grumble, what do you think Radiant's pick up here? 20 seconds. Probably an offlaner.
They could.
Man,
run the
I don't
offlane
know what
pick
blue
and
is. I
support.
don't
They're
like the
gonna
Weaver
random.
here. I don't like the Invoker anymore, given how many BKBs are going to come out and how quickly on the rest of the Dire team.
Ooh. I think they're
Abaddon-
gonna dual lanes. I think they're gonna
Abaddon
dual
honestly
lanes.
might be what they need.
I think it's good against the Axe. It's good against the Slaughter. I mean, it's good against the team. But
If I'm not mistaken,
And
his
if the Abaddon is core and can get Ags, then that gives his whole team tank.
yeah,
That,
they really need it. They did what they
I
need.
think Abaddon
just
was a
worry
very
that it's not
smart
gonna be
pick from
enough.
Blue. I
I
really
think
do.
it's smart. So what do you think for the last pick here?
Also,
on,
Aphotic Shield, just quickly, Aphotic
Dire.
Shield Weaver, if he chooses to go for the Omni offlane or something weird like
It's a
that.
very strong dual lane.
But yeah, Abaddon Weaver is really powerful.
I would
in
not be
lane
surprised
at
to see
level
dual
1.
lanes here. Not at all.
Shikuchi, Aphotic Shield, and suddenly everyone explodes.
Reserve
Any
time.
quick calls on the last pick out from Dire? Anyone want to call it for
Huskar.
5 seconds? Oh, Centaur. Well, I think we have a manly team here coming out for Triarii. It's kind of hard with you got Slaughter, Axe, and Centaur. You got a face and fight team. All right, well, we're going to head into the match. We might have a little bit of lag here as we transition from the portraits into the game mode. So sorry for anyone watching on the stream if that's a problem, but just hold on with us briefly while everyone picks their heroes.
Their lag's gone now. I think that
Okay,
was
it's
it.
gone.
Oh no,
Okay.
no, it's still going. We're just getting the head
Yeah, let's
bob
just-
though. It's hilarious. It's great.
Yeah,
it's the most
it's-
popular
it-
part
you
of the cast because nobody likes it. when I
Enjoy
open
the
my mouth.
visuals. Enjoy the visuals. Blueslice. Playing the Abaddon, guys.
Yeah, this is core Abaddon. This is
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
I think it's going to be dual lanes, Disruptor, Abaddon. Abaddon, Weaver, Omni Knight, Disruptor. That would be the best lane, but I guess you're right.
Crossflex Invoker.
Seconds to go.
Why do you say that?
Because look, they don't have any mana boots carriers other than Binge.
That's a good point. Silencer can build mana boots. Prefers the treads, definitely.
Regardless,
This
so
should be interesting.
That's a
with
good point.
the Crossflex Invoker, they're a mana heavy team. With
And plus, they have to
Axe-
go in as 5 a lot. All right. Well, before this is a great point. Happy to discuss some more. But before we do, let's just quickly introduce the teams while everyone's headed off to their respective lanes. Grumble, do you want to introduce one of the teams?
Sure. Let's start with Team Cockapee. We've got Blueslice running the Abaddon. Up on
Right.
the let's have a look. Up on the offlane, we're going to have Psionic Lord taking the Weaver. Still got to see where the supports go. Invoker going to be played by Guardian of Cenarius. That's a name with a lot of history. Looks like he's going over the mid right now. Disruptor heading bottom, going to be played by Metamorphosis. So he didn't get the Invoker that we wanted him to have. And Omni Knight going to be played by Wizard.
Oh, we might have a quick pause coming out here, guys. All right. So while we have that quick pause, hold on. Let's see here. Now we might see an engagement on this top room. We have Slardar, Vengeful, and Axe all coming up here. There's going to be Weaver and Invoker for the Radiant. I'm pretty sure the Radiant is just going to want to back off here. This is not the fight that they want to take. Anyway, should we do the last set of instructions while we're paused?
Yeah.
All right. Cole, why don't you introduce our Dire team?
All right. So our Dire team, playing the Axe is Thorn. Playing
Okay.
the Slardar is Wave.International Gimli.
Indeed.
On the Venge is my teammate Array. Playing the Venge, one of his favorite heroes. On the Centaur, down bot, yes it is Gal playing the Centaur, which I said already. Redundancy at
You
its
got this.
finest. And the middle is Silencer, played by Umar.
I'm going to be really interested to watch this mid matchup if it is Invoker versus Silencer, because on paper that should be very good for the Silencer. I'm sorry, Grumble.
You guys missed the in-game chat there, didn't you?
Oh, I didn't miss it.
Oh,
Battle will
I
commence
cleverly
in
or
30
unclever. I ignored it.
funnies were had.
We got-
Funnies were had. People had
we have-
giggles.
Slardar and Axe are just sitting up here in this top room. Like, go ahead and try.
Do you know
Go
who
ahead.
we are, bro? Do you even?
Oh, here comes
Dost
Silencer
thou
too.
even hoist?
They want to do it. They want to go.
There is a Radiant Ward.
Omni Knight's just camping
Or
bottom.
there's a Dire Ward up here already.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, Invoker was standing right there, and I'm pretty sure he knows there's a ward
Yeah.
there now.
Yeah, Purple's
hope he
pinging
does.
It out. Blueslice does
All right,
not have
Gimli
sentries.
grabs it. Interesting. So this means Gimli will be farming in this lane potentially. Although Weaver does grab the other one. All right, so they've switched lanes. It's now Abaddon and Disruptor top, and it looks like they're going to be joined by Omni Knight. So it'll be an Abaddon carry aggro try with a
Yep.
Weaver solo bottom against the Centaur. We're
That
going to have Silencer versus Invoker mid, and then carrying out the defensive try line, we're going to have Vengeful Spirit, Slardar, and then Axe as presumably a support and jungler. Grumble, thoughts?
Bot's going to be interesting. 2 very high damage heroes, but I think Gals should have a handle on that without too much problems. Shouldn't have wasted a stomp there until he's got double edge as well, but doing huge damage to Psionic until Sakuchi comes back off cooldown. And that's just going to keep happening. But the tri-lane, any lane with an Abaddon, especially one with an Abaddon as a carry, especially one with an Abaddon and a carry as another heal, especially as with an Abaddon as a carry and another heal, which is Omni Knight, and especially with a Disruptor, this is going to be fun. I don't know if it's going to be effective.
Oh!
Repel.
Good shield from Wizard there. He was about to go down. I don't know. I think they have a lack of damage and a lack of lockdown. They have a fair amount of sustain, but
lack of damage.
Omni Knight is just a weak laner.
A lack of damage. Blueslice will be in close, at which point they'll have the Omni Heal and the Aphotic Shield, which is more magic nuke than most 2 spells can dish out. It's just hard.
Also,
they have a lockdown for it.
Level 1.
They've got
Thunderstrike is
static kinetic field. It's tough to land, but once they get it, you can't miss.
At level 1, Thunderstrike is one of the highest damage nukes in the game. Just
okay, meta's a little bit far out here. Thorn's gonna come in.
Yep, there's the stun.
Here comes
Here's
Thorn.
his call.
Thorn with the call. The static field has gone down. There will be an Aphotic Shield coming out soon from Blueslice. I hope he doesn't have it yet. It's still on cooldown. Meta trying to 1. Wizard doing great job blocking here.
Well
a great
played,
job.
That's well played.
What a great play. He
That
was definitely dead.
Who's dead?
Yeah, the meta was definitely going to be dead were it
yeah.
not for those great body blocks from Omni Knight.
Yeah, that was Wizard
Omni Knight's
being a bit of a
up.
wizard there. Where?
Almost level 2.
Where? Alright, Silencer's going to go for this top rune. It'll be a region. Let's take a quick look at the last instance denies. Right now we have Weaver leading at 8-0, although Silencer is close behind him, along with Invoker. Silencer at 7-3, Invoker at 7-2. This mid lane's pretty even so far. Cone, do you expect Umar to come back to take an advantage here? Or is it going to be close throughout?
I think he's already missed his window. As weird to say as that is.
Yeah, it's a Quaswex.
Yeah, it is
Good
a
call.
Quaswex. I think Umar has lost his lane now. He didn't win it soon enough, so
I think he needs to be using the last word instead of Curse of the Silent.
Yeah.
When you play Silencer, you pretty much always want to use last word first, because otherwise you're just going to cast off your Curse of the Silent every time that they use a spell to get rid of last word.
Unless
so
you're against the Viper.
Yes. You want to try to use Curse of the Silent first. I'm sorry, last
Ionic
word
Lord
first.
getting first blood on Gal down on bot lane. That was
Very
not the
low.
way I expected it to be, but look how low
Less
he
than
is.
50 health.
That was close.
It really does look like the Radiant is owning this top lane too, though. Despite arguably a weaker hero lineup.
By arguably, you mean in Davidy's opinion?
Arguably.
Because I think they got a really strong lane. it's
I think they have a strong
sweet.
lane of players, if not of heroes. Oh, here comes another Static Storm. It
More
misses
shots
on
fired.
Thorn.
Top tower is under attack.
Thorn going in on Blueslice gets the call. They've got a stun in as well. They didn't need that with the call. And Repel goes down, but it's not enough.
He should have used the heal.
Yeah.
Should have been Purification.
And they get a
Why
bash.
didn't you Purify?
They get a bash. The static field goes down. Is it enough to save meta? One more right click. No.
Oh,
2
and
for
Thorn
1.
had call off cooldown in
2
1
for
second.
nothing.
Had the Wizard stay closer. I think Thorn should really be having at least one level in Battle Hunger here. He got a fast Tranquils though for a support axe.
I
Otherwise, what's the
disagree.
kind of playing farm? No,
Yes,
you don't
I
agree?
disagree too, because
I don't agree with the Battle Hunger. I feel like Battle Hunger is a pretty useless ability. I feel
Oh,
like
I
a call
disagree.
provides so much more, like in terms of lockdown and armor. That
Yeah, but against when you're tri-lane on tri-lane, when you know that it's going to be very hard for heroes to get last hits, if you can guarantee that Battle Hunger is going to last the whole time, I think it's a great spell.
I mean, it does huge damage if it stays on for the whole
They
time.
have an Abaddon and a Omni Knight, meaning they can purge spells, and this is the meaning behind the Abaddon pick. Because they want to be able to purge that that Slardar ult off of the Weaver and everyone else.
Yeah. That's definitely part of it. But, I mean,
That's a
they
good
don't
point.
have the mana to
That's a
spam
good point.
purges. Or if they do, and you're just doing that by having one level in Battle Hunger, I'll take that. But we'll see.
I mean, if he was laning
right
against
now.
the Weaver, I'd say definitely get the Battle Hunger. It rocks against Weaver, but I can
he
see the
has
point
gotten-
with the Abaddon debuff. That's a good point.
He got a level in Battle Hunger at level 4. So, for good or for bad, it's done now. Oh, Gimli's in trouble. Here comes Metamorphosis. He's got the glance. He glances in the back. Gimli
Kinetic
needs to
field!
stun.
Not
That
enough
was
with
wrong.
sprint.
he did that in the wrong order.
Why didn't Gimli stun? Oh, Thorn just walks in. He gives 0 fucks.
Thorn could
Heal.
die.
Here
Taking a
comes
lot of
Gimli.
damage. Blueslice does have
Stun.
Repel.
He got Repel. Static Storm misses again.
I feel like Repel is not
See,
good
this is
here
a
in
great
this
a great situation to just put Battle Hunger on whoever's low, and then you either force them to come up to the lane to try to get a last hit, or they have to go back.
Yeah.
But Thorn's just saving up that mana.
I don't like how Wizard repelled Blueslice right there, because Blueslice could have used his aphotic shield if he wasn't
Okay, here comes
repelled.
Thorn again. He wants Blueslice. He's gonna try to get the call, but he's got the aphotic shield on him.
Oh, but they get
he
it.
says, fuck you.
Another spin.
Thorn's in
Thorn's
trouble
gonna
now.
go down. That
Another
nuke
heal.
from the
He's
Omni
gonna
heal.
fall. He's dead.
Thorn's dead.
That was a mistake from Thorn.
And it was
Need to wait
Carrybaden
for
getting the
Sonic
kill.
Lord, diving gal bot. Oh, no, backs off.
Lumurk has
That's
a
a first.
regen rune. Cone, it looks like you were kind of right. Invoker coming up to a bit of a lead here. 23 and 8 now to Silencer 17 and 6. Now 25 to 8.
Umag rotating top.
Free time. Is he going to be spotted out by Wizard?
Just gonna miss him.
No, he's
yeah, I
not.
think he missed him.
It was
Are
missed,
they
but he is
gonna
going to be
go-
spotted out by this Obs
He's
rune.
gonna run over that Observer Ward, but I don't think it matters. They're not reacting fast enough.
No, they
Oh,
are.
maybe
Abandoned. Charlotte doesn't have stuns.
barely. Oh, they're looking for Wizard. Wizard wasn't even in that. Isn't even on that half of the map.
Abaddon's got huge early movement speed, and there's just no stuns on that silencer coming into lane, so they needed the stuns coming from the.
This Weaver is wrecking the Centaur. 32 and 8. Centaur at 15 and 5. He just missed a stun. Weaver is having the time of his life down here in the bottom lane.
I
Gal,
don't think that
someone
should
who
be
plays
happening so much.
Yeah, as someone who plays Weaver and Centaur, what would you say to Gal maybe to that he could change to make his play against his Weaver perhaps more effective? What might he be missing out on?
Let me have a look here. I think the secret to it is using double edge, which he is maxing in fairness, but Tranquil back off as he's doing now. Go in, try and get the double edge. I can only imagine that Psionic Lord is just doing a very, very good job at staying out of range and getting the last hits without getting exposed to double edge. Because he can only, even now, looking at the health between them, that's still numerous Shikuchis to kill the Centaur, but 2 double edges to kill Psionic.
And at like close to half health, Centaur already has. When he was close to half health, he already had more health than the Weaver. So he's tanky compared to him if he can find an opportunity to man fight. They are keeping someone down, but they're going to TP right underneath the creep vision. That was too
I don't
early.
like that. They're rotating their try. They're
I think
rotating
this
their
is smart.
try. Is what
I
they're
think
doing.
Gimli will be fine against this tri lane now. They're not a very good tri lane for diving. Although I don't know. They have a good. The Abaddon's good at it. The Omni Knight can be good at it. Yeah. Well, speaking of which, it looks like they're saying to dive him right now.
Omni Knight himself isn't good for diving, but he can help someone dive. I
Yeah,
feel.
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna call off him. I think that was a good chance to dive. They had a creep wave pushing in.
They
No
should
way.
have dove,
Dyer's middle
especially with the level 3 aphotic shield and
Yeah,
and
I
one point in the Curse of Avernus. That would have been a really good chance to dive.
I think they do have the
Psionic
potential to
Lord.
kill Gimli without too much problems, and I think
Invoker
they have
has
to
a
take
DD.
it.
Let's see if he goes on in the silencer here. Although Venge is there. Oh, he sees
He
the
sees
the
them.
axe. Oh, that would have been so good for either side, but looks like not what happened. I'm surprised he didn't smoke up for that. They really just walked right past the creeps expecting to find the Invoker.
That's
Looks like
that's a
Invoker's
huge
going
misplay.
in.
Oh, they're going on top. All right, they didn't catch Gimli in the
Oh, stun does come out!
thing.
Let's see if Gimli can get his stun off. He's too
Got
low.
sprint, but metas in with the DOT.
Yeah, and the great heal from Omni Knight to keep him alive. Great heal by
Like
clicking on
Invoker's
him.
going in.
Silencer.
Global silence goes in on
Yeah.
silencer. But
Cenarius was definitely going to put Silencer in a lot of pain there with that DD rune.
Those are no. It was to cancel the silencer's
Oh,
spells.
Last word.
siege.
Alright, Axe is coming in here, but I think he's really just expecting enemies not to react to him on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing like he
Speaking
has a
of which-
blink, and he doesn't. Although, Cenarius almost caught there, did a very nice tornado to get out of it.
Oh, he does not have mana for
Oh,
dunk.
is he gonna drop? Oh.
Oh,
that-
nice heal there
Good
from
heal
Wizard!
Omni. Thorn
I
needs to
don't-
back up now.
I think this Axe needs to just go AFK jungle until he gets a blink. He's not gonna be able to do anything.
Yeah, I think he seems like someone who maybe is more experienced as players that are not at Cenarius' level, who might not really know how to react there, but Invoker should be fine when he sees the X coming. He needs
He
to
Exactly.
almost died there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a bit of a
Yeah,
misplay from Cenarius. A bit. Because
Yeah.
he would have died
He
without
should've backed
the
up earlier.
quick Omni rotation and an uphill
I
miss.
was expecting that to be a ghost walk instead of
Yeah,
a
me
tornado.
too. I thought that was going to be Ghostwalker, not Tornado as well. I was surprised. I think Axe should really just go to the jungle like you said, because he's got 1,300 gold. He's not that far from Blink. Oh, they get the stun off on Blueslice. Gimli gets the stun as well.
Unlocked.
They need
Sorry,
a
I'm watching
bash,
bottom
they
of
need a
Psionic Lord.
bash.
Eats a
Go
stun.
for it.
And one more.
They're not going to get
Gimli,
it. Ray is
he's
the
gonna
range,
die?
and he's too far.
And Invoker's now up here.
Thorn getting way too deep.
Thorn is caught
Meta
out.
gets a nice kinetic field here.
That's why you don't. That's why I don't like diving. I feel diving is very, very. Like, you just shouldn't dive 90% of the time.
Yeah, you really, in my opinion, you don't dive unless you have a setup for it. You know, it takes some thought. It's like pushing a tower. You don't just casually walk up to a tower and start hitting it. You do it when you know that you have the tools to pull it off. Gal's still really struggling against this Weaver. Weaver now has 60 last hits inside of 11 minutes.
Going straight for a BKB because he's got the Ogre Club right now.
Yeah, she'll be BKB here. Oh, Gal misses the what looked to be a double edge out on the Weaver. Needs to stun first and then use a double edge, but he never has the mana for it. I think he's probably not saving his stuns for the right times. Hard to say though.
No, I think you can just go in straight with a double edge. Weaver can't dodge every single one of them with Sakuchi, and if he does, he's using up his mana too quick.
Okay. Sonic's gonna try to take this tower.
And again.
Oh, misses the timing.
Gal gives it to him.
Yeah. Just need to wait the one more.
Up on top lane now. That's where the action's
This
going to be.
Weaver's
Meta and
gonna
Wizard
be
looping around
Right, here
behind
comes
the
the
tower.
wraparound.
Oh, counter ganks right here.
They're trying to set up the dive, but now there's more coming in. Venge is going to try to stun this Disruptor if he sees him. He does. Global
There's a
comes
global.
out. Here comes the Stampede.
There's
Gimli
a stun.
gets
It's
the
gonna be a
two.
one death.
Meta's
There's a
down to the
dunk.
dunk.
Wizard
Tornado
with
hits
the
two.
heal. No
more
guardian
mana.
angel.
Axe
there's
is still here.
repel.
Gimli's low. And Umar's trying to hit, but they're just so tanky. Avalon popped. Thorn's in trouble. He's trying to spin, but it's not enough, and he is going to fall. Umar is now in trouble.
That's
They
Curse
do
of
not
Avernus
have
slowing
any
him.
lockdown for him, but they need the Curse of the Avernus. He gets a DOT on 3, but it's not going to be enough. Throws out a nuke on Wizard, and he should be able to survive through this. No, he goes down. So it is a 1 for 4, but it's a triple kill for Blueslice on his carry.
Blueslice.
He's already picked up his Mask of Madness.
Blueslice should have miscoiled Wizard there. Wizard would have lived if he miscoiled, or he most. I think he would have.
It would have been very
I'm
close, but
not
it would.
exactly sure.
He had the mana for it.
Dire structures have been fortified.
Mask of Madness, of course, very strong on carry Abaddon. Great way to
And he
really
still
increase your
uses all
damage.
his mana. Uses all his
Alright, they're going to
mana.
try to get this tower. And again, they missed the deny. That one was much tougher with 2 heroes hitting it. Good effort from Ray. Gimli is manning up on Blueslice here. But Blueslice will just back up, get some support, and go back in.
I mean, there's
He
not
has
going to be
his
any
ult
chance
up
to
now.
kill on the Abaddon.
Yeah, he has his ult up, so he can consider diving Gimli if he wants with Omni Knight there to support him.
Omni Knight and
Venge
Disruptor
falls
coming
to
up
the
as well.
Invoker. Big dive. Yeah, they're gonna try to set up here on Gimli. Gimli does manage to pop his ult. They glimpse him
Oh,
on the
that could
opposite
hold that.
side of the kinetic field. Centaur's ult
So
comes
much
out. They're
DOP,
gonna try to
Gimli's
come on,
dead.
But the miscoil kills him. I think there's another big fight. Oh! Clutch time lapse from Psionic to get out of that Centaur stun. 1 second more and he was definitely dead.
There's
But this looks
still a
like
right
Radiant
click, I
pushes
think,
top
flying over
tower.
to Axe. There it is. Yeah, hits him, doesn't quite kill him, but that would have been the longest range
wow.
right click Weaver kill.
Lived even then on less than 100 health. All 5 heroes for the Radiant scripted here. They want to finish up
Second
this
right
top
click.
tower. Dire definitely in not a strong position with Axe and Gimli unable to fight. They may try to do mass TPs in to save this tower. It has a fair amount of health, but Blueslice with his Magnum Madness is going to hit the tower pretty hard. His ult is currently down. It's got about 10 seconds more, so it should be up for the next fight. And they are seeing now a lot of heroes. I think the Dire is going to try to avoid this fight and just let Radiant have the tower.
Not sure. As
They're
Slardar
not
moves
going
up,
to get there in time even if they do want to go in.
I mean, where's the glyph?
Okay,
That's a
they
real
might try to
question.
set up for another one. They have a Centaur off available only in 30 seconds, so yeah,
gonna get
Dire
immediate
Radiant
TPs.
can just back out. I think that was a mistake from Dire to rotate into a tower that they really couldn't defend.
Yeah.
Weaver almost has his BKB, only needs about 200 more gold, which he should be able to get on this creep wave.
Good call, haha.
Look-
Wonder if
look
we're
at
going to
the
see the
net
Lincolns
worth.
coming out on him as well.
Nah.
Oh, alright, let's take a quick look at the charts. Yep, just about a 10k gold leak for Team Kakapi, and for experience, over 5,000. So a definite win so far.
If you look at like the individual heroes, Weaver is at the top with 6.8, then Invoker, then Abaddon. Those are all Radiant heroes. Then the next, actually it's 4 now. It was the next 3 were Dire, then Radiant Dire, Radiant Dire.
But the highest Dire hero is almost 3,000 gold, about half the XP, the net worth of the next hero.
Less than half. Less
Well,
than
see.
half, or of the next hero. Less than
The
half
next
of
hero.
the top hero.
Yeah, just about at half. So, so far a strong lead for the Radiant. Looks like we see an engage here with Cenarius Sneaking around on his little ghosty walk here. They may try to set up a dive, and they're
Ghosty
going.
walk.
Abaddon pops his. He pops his. Oh, he's just taking out Gimli so
There's
fast.
the ult.
Thorn is melting. Yikes.
Just want to say,
When your
Disruptor ult
axe-
is amazing. Love
It
it.
is. When your axe dies that fast, you know there's a problem.
Yeah, that should not be happening. Wow. Blueslice just he had a DD. He had a DD and his Mask of Madness. He picked up a plate mail. We'll probably be going Assault Curious here. This Abaddon is for reals, boys. He's here to play.
Centaur got his blink dagger. He's about to go by it now.
Good call. Haha, what do you think Dire can do to try to come back in this game? Do they have a chance? Umark is going in on this Invoker. There was a swap before by Ray, but I think this may have been a big mistake. Cenarius is here. He's hitting everybody. Gimli tries to run up, misses the stun. There's a heal on the Invoker. Now here comes the Centaur ult, but Axe is not sure if he wants to go in or not. And the Centaur ult is wasted.
I
They're
do
gonna
not
try to
think they
Yeah,
have
go ahead.
much of a chance.
You don't see a way? How about you, Grumble? Do you see a way that Dire can come back into this game?
I can see a way. It depends on Cockapee making a lot of mistakes they're not making right now. Yeah, here we go as they initiate on mid.
Axe does try to go for a call, get the extra armor. They are doing damage, but a lot of it's on Blueslice, and he's healing it all up in his ult. The Global Silence does count. They did manage to kill Omni-Knight, but Gimli's in trouble. He's getting chased down, and the Psionic Lord kills him with the Weaver. There's a stun out from Ray. Probably doesn't survive, and he glimpses him back. Probably
Still
saved
a
Ray's
fan.
life there.
Yeah.
That was questionable glimpse.
So that's a 2 for 1. This is a slightly better fight. Cone, your thoughts? Does Dire have a chance?
Dire has a chance. Either Radiant needs to throw,
Okay.
or Dire needs to take a really good team fight with the Centaur into, like, Centaur Axe initiation,
Yep.
with the Slaughter coming in on top
There's a
of them.
quick smoke there. They're either baiting or gonna turn for Roche. It looks like a bait for now, although they pretty much give up on the bait. They do manage to glimpse someone back
Weaver
in.
might have
It's
to
Gal.
BKB this.
He's in trouble. He gets swapped up by the Ray. Good swap from Ray, and he just gets glimpsed back. Great play for that Vengeful Spirit to keep the Centaur Warrunner alive.
If I'm a Radiant, I'd be thinking of the last two external here, rather than the tier 3.
You
Not
think
that it's
time to
impossible,
force high
but
ground?
just so much
Do you think
easier
they
to
wait for
do.
Roche as well, or just take the outer towers out and then push high ground?
I'd go Roche, outer
You think Roche
towers,
first? Go.
Roche, outer towers.
What do you think, Grubble?
Or, no, Roche, outer towers.
I'd probably say
Roche,
top,
outer.
then bottom, then Roche, all within the next 3 minutes.
I like Grumble's plan. I don't know if they can do it in 3 minutes, but I do think they should just.
That's
try to
what I'd
force
like.
towers and then go Roche.
That's what I'd be like. If we get everything
I
going
went-
perfectly, that's what we get. Because that's
Yeah.
what we're going to be trying to get.
Disasters for them. This could be big. No, there's.
They need a blink. They need a blink on somebody. Thorn still basically made no progress since we talked about it like 5 minutes into the game. Really should have just stayed in the jungle and farmed that blink dagger.
He shouldn't
Cyber
even
Lord
go
doing a
into
good job.
his own jungle this time. He should go down to Radiant jungle and farm that. No one's on that half the map. Go there, farm your blink in a minute.
I think it's too late though. I don't think
It
they
is
can do
too
it.
late.
And
I
he
don't
needs
think
to be
Blink-
here for these pushes.
Well, Blink will make a difference, but it's not. Now you need like Blink, like Crimson Guard or Blink AC
Yeah.
to make the same difference as if you got a Blink earlier.
No, I agree. Radiant
I
is
think
peeing
Crimson
this
Guard would
bottom
be really
tower. So,
big.
why do you think Crimson Guard's here good, huh?
Because they have, other than Invoker, they don't have much magic damage. And
That's
if
a good
they
point.
just get BKBs, they can dodge that Disruptor ult.
Even Abaddon, who sort of their relatively early game core, still does almost exclusively physical damage. Well, small amount from Mish Coil, but. Dire is grouping up here to push this bottom. They're taking the Grumble plan to victory. But Radiant's coming to defend. They use the glyph. Here they come. Axe's going to walk up the hill first. They come for the Centaur stun. Oh, Thorn gets in front of all the people. Good silence coming up, but they initiate a
He
blue spot. They
dunks
just kill them with
him.
Oh, and
There's
here
the
comes the
Guardian
Omni.
Angel.
So much damage being shielded here. Blueslice just wailing on people with that magic advantage. Gal's in trouble, and it's a 4-man wipe. Silence is alive. He's in a good position, but I do not think he can defend this tower, and it should be either high ground or Roche after this push.
This whole fight, they
should
should
be-
just go high ground.
The plan was
Yeah.
Roche, but if you can take a Rax, you take a Rax.
I think
I
that
agree.
whole fight was a mistake. They should have saved Glyph for T3. They should have sacked that tower because they can't take a fight outside of their high ground, I don't think. Or they couldn't before.
And it's
GG called.
GG out from Thorn.
GG.
Oh, it was a very good game. Very a little quicker than our earlier ones, but definitely interesting.
Yeah,
Thanks
this
so much
is-
for Grumble
sure,
and
I'll
Cone and Haha. We're on Grumble's stream. It's twitch.tv/GrumbleDukeGaming. We're catching Season 4 of the Waves King of the Hill tournament. We do this every Saturday evening, so please come and join us. Come play, come watch, come cast, come stream. We had a guest caster come in. Final thoughts. Haha, you first. What's your final thought?
I think not only was Thorn's team, their draft was not on par with the other team I closed out.
Sure. Blueslice.
But yeah, Blueslice's team. But they also had poor execution. They probably should have ganked a lot more with the Venge and shut down that Weaver.
More rotations. Cone, your thoughts?
Execution was not correct. They could have executed better.
Crumble.
I got to disagree a bit with Ray. Just in that, like, looking at the drafts, to me, the Blueslice draft is good if you're expecting to outskill your opponent, which they did. But if it were the TI5 finals, I'd say the stronger draft belonged to Triari in terms of counters. They had a lot of ways to shut down the Invoker and the Weaver, who were the two main cores, and Abaddon isn't the best carry if you don't let him go nuts. But the skill in the early game made up for that, and it was a snowballing team. So, Cockapee wins.
Well said, Grumble. Alright, well, thanks everybody. I don't think we're doing another game. Could be wrong. Grumble, are you doing another?
I'd certainly like to play one at some point tonight.
Let's see.
Let's see what's going on. For anybody who's watching on stream, thanks very much to the casters. Please do follow, subscribe. I'm going to pop some music on and find out what's going on, basically. But this may be the end of it for the night. If it is, GG's. See you next week. Ciao.